zone ready for you. Woo. I am going to have to play with this tripod a little bit to get us where we want to go. Hello everyone, how are you? This is my first Motivational Monday Periscope, and I'm happy to have everyone here. I did want to start out with a little Motivational Monday. Everything always works out for me. Those of you who have followed me for a while know that as a career coach and as a life coach, everything always works out for me is my favorite saying. And it's something I actually share with a lot of people. This is a postcard I send to people who are in my courses. And I'm happy to have everyone here. Hello, Jessica. How are you doing today? Great to have you. Pardon the medals and that sort of thing behind me. I am actually in my office where I keep all of my marathon paraphernalia and running stuff. It keeps me motivated and reminds me that I can do just about anything I want. So that's good motivation for me. So for those of you who don't know me, I am MoFaul, America's kick-ass career coach. And this is a new segment on Periscope, your kick-ass career coach, MoFaul. That's me. I'm going to be on Periscope every single Monday at 12 Eastern. So for those, hello, Elliot. Hey, how you doing? I got to go look up who's coming. Hey there, how you doing? Great to have everyone here. As I said, this is a number one in a series of Motivational Mondays. I figured with Coach Mo and with Monday being M-O and motivational being M-O, I can't miss. Actually, Mondays are typically everyone's worst day of the week. Actually, it's kind of like Sunday afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleeping on Sunday night, tossing and turning, wondering about all the things you have to get done. And therefore, I picked Monday because as your kick-ass career coach, I want to make sure that your week starts off with a positive, uplifting message of something to carry you through the week, get you thinking about your career, get you thinking about you. Because the way I run all of my coaching and my courses is I focus on the inner you, because that's the only place we can grow and have a better career is by focusing on the inner you. Hello, young Gambros, nice to see you. So when you focus on the inner you and you grow, your career grows. And I'm here to tell you, in all of my years of being a director, manager, an executive, and really nice to see you too, young Gambros. All my years being successful, I strived for a new job, a new title, more money. And what I eventually found out is that, yes, I had to work hard because we live in a physical universe. We have to move things from point A to point B. You have to deal with the realities of certain things. But what I found out is that you have to grow from the inside in order to have more success. You can't be the same person you are today and expect a big leap in your career. You must change. You must grow. And today's weekly tip of how to do that. Hello. How to do that this week on the first installment of Motivational Monday. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach MoFaul. I am found at mofaul.com. That's M-O-F as in Frank, F as in fantastic, A-U-L.com, mofaul.com. I am America's kick-ass career course. Word for the day, your number one job is you. Your number one job is not the one that you checked into this morning, or maybe the one you're going to later if you're on a different time zone than the Eastern time. Your number one job is you. So I want you to take time every single day to focus on you. What's important? Create a focus word and really have that be your day. You know, a couple of years ago, I'm a big sports fan. A couple of years ago, one of the great athletes in the Super Bowl, and if you ask me who it was, I'm not going to remember, but this athlete had a word every single day. and it kept him through the day. He focused on it. Maybe it was effort. Maybe it was success. Perhaps it was peace or care, or pick a word. Pick a word that you can center your day on, because your number one job is you. But today's blog at mofaul.com is about interviewing. And I say right now, take a step to go interview for another job. If you're a boss, I'm telling your people that too. Why? It is one of the rare times we actually get to talk about ourselves. You say, Mo, well, isn't that kind of ego-oriented? I say no, it is not ego-oriented at all. And if you think it's ego-oriented, that's because you have some limiting beliefs about talking about yourself. And this is, hello, always Caitlin. And this is one of the number one reasons why we don't talk about ourselves, is because we think it's from the ego. So, how to get a job interview? What's the steps? Well, hello, number one is update your resume. You have to have an updated resume. I don't care if you want to move into your next job as part of your current organization. They're going to want your resume. They're going to want your accomplishments. Update your resume. You should always have a resume that is active, up to date, and that lists all of your accomplishments. And you need to have your LinkedIn profile updated as well. Put details on there. Put specific things that you have done. And by the way, for those of you who don't have your picture on LinkedIn, this is a visual video world that we live in today. That's why I'm on Periscope. Hello. Hey, Des Newitt. Nice to see you. So put your picture on your LinkedIn profile and make sure it matches your resume. Everyone is looking for job prospects on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, I'm not even looking for a job, and I get job inquiries all the time. Why? Because I have a very deep history. I have a very deep resume on LinkedIn. I have keywords, and people are looking for qualified candidates on LinkedIn. I want you to get an interview. I want you to get an interview for a job that is going to rock your socks. And even if you love where you are, I still say, go get an interview. Go find a place where you can interview, because you need practice talking about your greatness. Yep, you need practice talking about how awesome you are, how kick-ass you are. You need practice doing that. And I'm going to send you somewhere. I'm going to send you to my website, which is mofaul.com. And I want you to download the 3-2-1 career story, because this is going to be your secret weapon in that interview. Because when you want to practice talking about your greatness, you need to have your 3-2-1 career story. And what is that? That's your elevator pitch. That's your 45-second. What do you do for a living? What do you really do for a living? Why do you do it? And why are you so awesome in that job? Is it something that connects with something that was an emotional story about how you got into that work, or why you're in that work? For instance, I'm Mo Faul, and I'm your kick-ass career coach. What I really do is change people's lives so that they can elevate their careers to have more freedom, more success, and therefore more fun. I got into this work because I loved training people as an executive. I love training people for promotions, moving people up, throwing them a little bit outside their comfort level. And when I realized that that's really what I wanted to do for a living, I learned how to be a coach for real on the internet, because this is not just child's play, people. Taking care of people's lives and helping lift people is serious business. Now, don't you want a career coach like that? That's my elevator pitch. That's my 3-2-1 career story. So practice talking about you and your greatness. It's important that you're comfortable with that. So many people in my kick-ass career course, their number one holdback, their number one stifling limited thinking is that they can't speak for themselves. Now you might say, what are you, they handicapped? No, what they lack is the ability to articulate strongly their point of view, their beliefs. Hey, everyone who's coming on, thanks for showing up. What I want everyone to do is to feel so strong inside that you don't have a problem speaking up, that you don't have a problem talking about your greatness. Let's block you, dude. So that is why you need to go on an interview, because you need to keep your resume updated. You need to get practice talking about your greatness. And number 3, you need to have practice answering questions about you. Yes, you need to have practice answering questions about you. What? Yes. When someone asks you, what is the biggest accomplishment you've had in the last 6 months? I want you to have an answer. I want you to rock it on that answer. So the job interview gives you the best opportunity to brag about yourself, to get practice talking about yourself, to get practice talking about your accomplishments. And guess what happens when you feel your accomplishments? You feel awesome inside. It brings your whole energy vibration level up. It makes you feel awesome to talk about yourself. If you guys are interested in this and you're active on Twitter, I really, really hope that you can share this. If you're new to Periscope, just click around while I'm talking and see what's going on and what to do. If you drop off, come right back. I know when I first got into Periscope, I was kind of hunting around and seeing what you do. Follow me on Twitter at CoachMoFaul, and you will always know when I'm here on Periscope. All right, so after 3, which is practice answering questions about you, awesome you, I want you to, like I said, download the 321 Career Story on my website. It's a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic tool. So if you guys are out there listening to this and you're thinking, yeah, I really want to go get an interview. I want to talk about myself. I want to get my resume updated, my LinkedIn profile updated, and I want to get super comfortable talking about my accomplishments, talking about my greatness, and I want to feel what that feels like. Guess what else is going to happen? When you're interviewing somewhere else, you're going to learn about their company. You're going to learn more about your industry. You might even pick up something that you can bring back to your current company. It's not just a bluff, because it's for you. Going on a job interview is all about you. And yes, there might be an interested employer, but hey, this is you. I think I had, oh wait, 1 second. Let's repeat what I said at the beginning of this Periscope. Your number 1 job is you. That's why you have to take your life and your career in your own hands and get out there and interview. All right, so interview tips. Okay, Mo, once we get to the interview, what do we need to do? I want you to have your accomplishments written down. And you might say, but they're on my resume. Aha! But I want you to have them written down in a separate piece of paper on that pad where you're going to refer to, so that you have body language about being prepared. You're going to have notes there, you're going to have questions, and you're going to have your accomplishments there. You're not going to sit in an interview and say, for my recent accomplishments, could you just refer to my resume that's sitting right there next to you, please? No, because that's not friendly and helpful. You're going to lean over to your pad where you prepared all of your accomplishments and where you might even have some questions for that person. And you're going to literally look down and review and start talking. Now, why else is it a good idea to write these things down? Most people I know, including moi, get nervous in an interview. So sometimes we don't think clearly. I want you to have that pad of paper with your accomplishments written, tip number 1, and refer to it. Know that when you get nervous and you can't think, look at the pad, look at the pad, look at the pad. Because I want you to have, tip number 1, your accomplishments written down. Write them down, prepare for the interview. Make yourself be kick-ass. Yes, indeed. Item number 2, speak from the heart. And again, it's my 321 career story found on mofaul.com. Speak from the heart. When you talk about your accomplishments, it's not the ego. Don't fear your ego. Thank you very much, Melissa. Nice to see you there. Don't fear your ego when you talk about yourself. When you talk from your heart and you are sincere and you know your kick-ass self and you know your accomplishments and you're feeling it, you're talking from your heart, not from your head and certainly not from your ego. And let me just give you permission to do this. What if you are talking from your ego? It's an interview. You're supposed to help impress yourself. How else can you do it? But you've got to talk about yourself, your accomplishments, how awesome you are. This is the point of an interview. So you can get practice and energy talking about how awesome you are. This is why I want you to go on an interview, because it's great practice to feel your awesomeness. All right, tip number 3. Papa, come with questions prepared. Prepare your questions for the interviewer that you want to ask. And if you want more on that, you must visit my blog today. It's at CoachMoFaul.com, and I have what those questions are that you want to be prepared to ask that company. So I will not reveal them here. Because part of doing a great Periscope is hopefully getting you to go visit my website so that you can see all the awesomeness of all the stuff I have for you, because I am America's kick-ass career coach and I want you to be better tomorrow, better next week, better next month, have a kick-ass 2016. I want you to earn more, feel better, have more happiness and more freedom in 2016. I want you to look back a year from now. Thank you, everyone. I want you to look back a year from now and say, I did something for myself. I went on that interview, and let's just say it's not a better job. Let's just say you got a chance to brag, and it didn't bring you anything better. Well, maybe you got another interview. But what you might also do is then compare where you are now and know that you're in a pretty good situation. And perhaps you have some tips to bring back. Perhaps you have some feedback you might want to give your boss in a very constructive way. You might want to say, boss, I've been kind of thinking about the way we do things around here, and I've been talking to folks in other organizations. You don't have to say you went on an interview. It's no one's business but yours. I've been talking to folks in other organizations, and they do blah, 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 blah. I think that might really help us when we do blah, 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 blah. That's how you bring value back to your current employer. All right. Oh, and I talked about this earlier, but wait, this is hard to read. Hang on, folks. Permission to brag. I give you permission to brag. That is your Motivational Monday Periscope. Visit me at CoachMoFaul.com. Sign up for my newsletter, because if you do, when you do, you're going to receive a Motivational Monday every single Monday. I want to be in your email inbox, helping you make the week better, helping you bring more to your work and your life. I'm going to motivate you. Sometimes it's going to be from the inside. Sometimes it's going to be from the outside. Like this week is really about doing something outside yourself. But as you can tell from all the things I talked about today, it all resonates with building you up from the inside. When you talk about yourself, when you get a chance to brag about your accomplishments, when you feel comfortable answering questions about you, you've built yourself up. So go out there, finish that resume, update it. You're welcome for the motivation. Update your resume, update your LinkedIn profile, and go find yourself an interview. Go out and get one. You'll feel good just getting an interview, because it feels good when someone wants to talk to you. All right, guys, have a fantastic week. This is Mo Faul, America's kick-ass career coach with Motivational Monday. See you next Monday for another episode of Motivation. All right, great week.